Hi everyone, thanks for joining in. Today we're going to be seeing another protocol of how to use your nodes, dedicated nodes or RPC endpoints with help of Zeeve for the latest edition of blockchain protocol, which is OKC. OKC is a very popular protocol, and we're seeing its community grow like nothing else. And we thought maybe it's probably the best that we show what Zeeve has to offer to you folks, so that you can use it for your own projects. And create your own app applications. So I'm going to log in into my account here of Zeeve, and we'll head to our dashboard of Zeeve platform. So this is my account that I've logged into, and here you can see my cloud usage distribution, protocol-wise distribution, all of that good stuff that we've covered earlier into previous demonstration. So we won't go on top of it. I would highly recommend that you check out those other videos. And we can directly jump onto our dedicated node section here inside manage services. And here you can see that I can click on add network to add my own nodes for my project. So I'll just go ahead and click on add network. Zeeve will fetch all the subscriptions for my account, and I can select my subscription for that very protocol that I choose to have, and I can start setting up my nodes. So you can see that I've got a bunch of subscriptions. And if you do not have one for yourself, you can just create one by clicking on by subscription here, where you can select the protocol of your choice, whether it's on public side or permissive side, and in a few clicks you can purchase that protocol very easily. So I have a subscription already, and I'll just use that for the purpose of deployment. So I'll select OKC DigitalOcean based full node setup, and this is basically a subscription where I have chosen DigitalOcean as a choice of deployment. So I'll just go ahead with that. Zeeve, of course, offers two type of deployments. One is bring your own cloud. Other is Zeeve Manage, where you don't have to worry about any cloud account whatsoever. But if you wish to configure your own cloud, that is always an option that you can use for the purpose of deployment. So when I select my subscription, which is about DigitalOcean, BYOC DigitalOcean, I'll get to see this form here where I can fill in the details of my network. So what do I like to call my network? Let's say OKC testnet, example. You can name it anything. It could be a project name in itself. You can select the type of the network. So I'll just select mainnet here. I can say the deployment type. So native deployments is what we suggest for OKC, and that is what you'll get as an option yourself. You can even set the workspace where you like to schedule your node inside. So I can set the public nodes here, and I can go ahead and click on next. I can select the RPC username password. So RPC user admin, I can write anything. I can put down a strong password as well. And I can give a name to my node. So let's say node A. I can also put my Concur ID. I'll just leave it as it is. And I can enable the different services that I want to run on my RPC node. It could be HTTP, it could be WebSocket, or it could be both. And I can just click on next. I can select the region of choice. So whatever my DigitalOcean account that I've connected with Zeeve supports, I can select that account, that region that it supports. So I'll just go with NYC1. I can set my cloud account again for DigitalOcean, so you can configure your multiple accounts of DO at the same time inside Zeeve account. So it gives you a choice to set between your multiple DO accounts also. And similarly, you'll get the same options if you set AWS or Azure or GCP or Tencent, whatever that cloud is. You can also select the instance type. So I'm going to set what is suitable for my own purpose. But of course, if your instance type is not enough for the kind of protocol that you're deploying, Zeeve will give you an alert saying that better specs of machines are recommended for such a deployment. So I'll go ahead and click on create, and Zeeve will do all those checks of my cloud account, make sure everything is present. It has got the right access to create resources. It will also make sure that everything is top notch and there'll be no issue when the actual setup takes up, and will initiate the network setup by itself. So as you can see, this is the new card of my network that I've created. It has got one node which is in progress. And while it will take about 5 to 10 minutes to run the machine and make sure all the dependencies are met, and then right after to set up the node, it will make sure that all the nodes are downloaded, all the nodes blocks are downloaded as snapshot, and make sure that it is readily available to you. So that will again take some minutes as well, but we don't have to wait for that long. We can just go ahead with an existing network. So I can click on OKC DO, which is an existing network that I already had deployed. And when I open the network, I can see that this network again has one of the nodes. If I choose, I can add more nodes on the run, but I'll just skip that for the time being. The configuration is very much similar. How you would configure your first node is what you can expect to configure in your second node as well. This node is deployed on DigitalOcean as well. I can see the region, which is NYC1. I can do various actions like stop, restart, check out the analytics of this node, delete the node, check the status of the node, and also click on view endpoint, which will bring a bunch of details for my node as well. So here I can see the current block height of my node. I can see my endpoints, which I can use to connect to my nodes, RPC endpoints, and the connection snippet as well, which I can configure in my application to connect to my blockchain node. So you can set your language, and on basis of that, you can see the code snippet, which is recommended to connect to your node. There's also a little bit of monitoring that I'd like to showcase of your nodes. So if I click on the monitoring button here, I can click on the node or OKC as an option, and Zeeve will show you all the monitoring analytics that are set up as part of your deployment. So Zeeve captures a bunch of good metrics. It captures in two categories. One is your system metrics, and second is your blockchain metrics. For your system metrics, you can see we've got CPU, RAM, swap, root, FS, memory, network IO, all of that good stuff, which is generic to any machine that is deployed. And similarly, we've got also blockchain metrics, which are all blockchain specific parameters which are important for a node. So let's say the block height, the average block time, total transactions, bonded tokens, number of validators in the network, the voting power, the block size, the transactions rate, the number of connected peers, and comfort transactions in your node, recheck times, all that good stuff, which is very specific to the OKC protocol in itself. The idea here is that it's not only for the purpose of monitoring, but also for notifying anybody if there's anything wrong in your node. So let's say if my number of peers connected to my node goes lesser than what is a understandable threshold for OKC node, then an alert will be shot to me and also my support team so that they can step in and do everything that is required to make sure my node's healthiness remains intact. Let's say if my node is not syncing blocks for some good time of my OKC node, then again, I'll be shot a notification that your node hasn't synced the block in these many seconds, which is very unusual for this very protocol in itself. So all of this makes sure that you are always on top of your deployment, and Zeeve can step in, help you manage anything that is wrong with your node for that purpose. So that is what we offer for dedicated nodes in itself. And we're continuously adding more and more features for OKC, of course. But at the same time, we also have our RPC APIs offering for OKC that we give at the same time. So maybe we can jump into that as well. Yeah, so in just one click, I was able to create my endpoint, and if I just open it from here, I can see all the specifications that I deployed it with. I can see the name of it, the network type, what kind of plan is it associated with, what is the quota that is currently there. If my quota goes beyond a certain threshold, I will get alert notifications from Zeeve or email and other places to make sure that I do not have any downtime in my services. I can also see my consumptions. I can see different code snippets that I can use to connect to my endpoint in different languages. If I want, I can reconfigure my GWT settings as well. And I also have metrics section to be able to see my consumptions based on recent requests, as well as grouped by different RPC methods. But we don't have any usage, so I'll just skip that for the time being. And that wraps up our RPC API endpoints as well. So it's just a couple of clicks to create your own endpoint and get started. You don't have to worry about any setting up any node and waiting for it to be synced or anything such. You can just create an endpoint, get started, and our API credits are very open as well. We give about 10 million API credits for the free plan itself. That should be beneficial to cover up most of your requirements if you're just getting started as a developer with OKC protocol. Yeah, so that's what it takes. In a couple of clicks, you can create an endpoint and start using it. You don't have to worry about setting up a node for yourself, and you can just get started. If you're an early developer who's looking to start developing things, create a project for yourself, you don't have to worry about setting up a node and wait for it syncing in your local environment or such. You can just come on Zeeve platform, create an endpoint, and create your smart contracts, deploy them, create your DApp applications, and start using it in all of its glory. We provide 10 million API credits, which are already free to anybody who signs up onto Zeeve platform. So that should cover till a good extent already. So if there's anything that you'd like to hear more on OKC or any other protocol, we're happy to listen in. Take any feedbacks, what kind of features that you would be interested in for any protocol, whether it's for OKC or anybody else, then just let us know. We're very happy to take that into consideration and look into improving our product altogether. I would suggest that check out our other videos. We have published a good number of videos on different protocols, different services that we offer, and you may just want to tune into those videos for your own purpose. We also have a platform overview, as I mentioned at the start of our demonstration, that may serve your purpose of how to utilize Zeeve as a platform for your applications. So that wraps up our demonstration, and also I would say that subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter. We have a good community on Discord and Twitter and on Telegram as well. So you can receive all the updates from there in itself. And I would say that just sign up onto the platform and get started with whatever you need for your purpose. Thanks a lot for joining in, and I'll see you next time covering up some other service with some other protocol. Thank you. Bye-bye.